I'm Paul. I'm a professional videographer, news videographer, photographer, and amateur radio operator. DJI contacted me to talk about many of the products I use on a daily basis. Now we're going to talk about three of them, my favorites. The first DJI product I want to talk about is this guy. This is the Osmo Mobile 2. I have this set up with my Apple iPhone Pro Max 13. The way this works for me is quite simply, allows me to use this with my iPhone 13 during social events or when I'm just doing what I call crowd walking. One of the crowd walking events that we did this past year is one called Christmas shopping. We had a member of the family going through chemotherapy and was not able to go out. So we did a little Christmas shopping for her, and we covered the entire event using this particular device. I have one issue with the Mobile 2, and that's when I'm using the iPhone in wide camera mode. It does pick up a portion of the gimbal itself. And this makes for some editing choices that I need to make after the fact. I would prefer not to have to edit out this portion of the video, but as you can see, as an example of what I'm talking about, you could see that that portion of the gimbal is visible within the video itself, and I would have to adjust in either in Final Cut Pro or in DaVinci Resolve the sizing of the screen image itself, and that makes for a little editing work. And seeing a majority of the work I do is in wide angle, that means the entire video is going to be partially edited in order to get rid of that. If there's a solution, I would like to hear from DJI about the solution. I know there's another gimbal out there, and if that's the solution, let me know. Seeing we're on the subject of gimbals, I want to talk about another gimbal that I love and use almost regularly, and that's the Osmo Action. This little guy is in my shirt pocket all the time. It's ready to go and ready to capture. And I can stick it in my shirt pocket like this and carry it around with me. I can reverse it around and it is already capturing, or just simply hold it in my hand as I would as I'm walking down the street or through a store. A lot of people will see this and think, are they being recorded or are they not? Most people won't even see this and think nothing about it. And that's why I like about this. There's a little accessory that I purchased for this that gives me some control of the gimbal itself, both vertical, horizontal. For the most part, this gimbal is a lifesaver in certain situations. I like using this gimbal in a lot of my videos, including this video that I took during a shopping trip for, of all things, gourmet dog biscuits. It's small, compact, and allowed me to be as mobile as I could be without being intrusive. And the quality of the images, especially in 4K, are superb. I shoot everything in 4K and then either downsample or try to upsample as much as possible. The reason why I like 4K is it also affords me the ability to do either slow-mo or time-lapse or speed it up. And I have another camera that I work with that does that. That brings me to my third DJI product that I use. And that's this guy. This is an Osmo Action. I know there's a new Osmo 2, but this has been my go-to camera for a lot of the work that I do when I need to attach a camera or have a remote camera during certain sessions and shoots. It's compact, small, and again, doesn't get noticed a lot when I set it up in a remote location. Most importantly too, I also include this with my camera. It's a small rig cage. This gives my camera a little protection, but most importantly, right there on the end, I can put a lens cap on there, and that protects my lens. The sweet thing about the Osmo Action is that it affords me the ability to do forward shooting like this in 4K, or by simply pushing a button, I'm now shooting a selfie. And selfies are sometimes good when you're doing some product shots and you want to talk about it, but you don't want to turn around and reposition the camera. Just simply hit the button on the side and you're in selfie mode. When you're done, you're now back to regular mode. Do I have any complaints about the Osmo Action? Not really. We used this camera on a trip to Dollywood in Tennessee. And on the last day of the trip, I decided to test something about the Action and put it into time-lapse mode and captured the entire trip of the second day, speeded up. No audio, but it was very fascinating, and I called it Dollywood in 1 minute. So all in all, DJI has produced some superior equipment. I don't own a drone. I would like to own a drone, but because of the restrictions there are here in the mountains in North Carolina, drone flying is put on the lower priority list. We live near the Blue Ridge Parkway, and the federal government and Department of Interior has some very strong restrictions on the use of drones in their properties. We also have an airport whose flight path flies directly over my home. If I was to get a drone, I'd probably be in better shape to use it down in South Carolina, which is only about a 45-minute drive from here, or up in Tennessee and around the area of Bristol. But there again too, I need to make sure I have clearance to use the drone. You can also get a USB adapter that fits on your Osmo Action right here, and that affords you the ability to attach a microphone or extend your camera out to another device such as your computer and do live streaming. But for now, those are the 3 DJI products that I use and love. So DJI, I hope you enjoy this video, and if there's anything I'm missing, let me know and I will talk about it. Thank you.